Good morning, viewer. Welcome to our Fosset TV USA. Today is 9 by 11. In Newark, the ceremony started with a minute silence at 8:46, the exact time the first plane hit the North Tower of the World Trade Center in 2001. Thousands of people across the US have gathered to make the sombre occasion. President Joe Biden will travel to all three attack sites on Saturday, Newark, Pennsylvania, and Virginia. A minute's silence also marked the moment the second plane crashed into the South Tower of the World Trade Center when a third jet struck the Pentagon in Virginia. The moment a fourth hijacked plane crashed into a field in Pennsylvania, and finally, when the World Trade Center towers collapsed. In total, 2,977 people died in the attacks when Al Qaeda militants hijacked US passenger planes and crashed them. Most of those killed were US citizens, but the victims also included nationals from more than 90 countries. In between the moment silence, relatives of victims read out the names of those killed, many speaking in shaky voices as they struggled to maintain their composure. Mike Lowe, whose daughter was flight attendant in the first plane that hit the World Trade Center, started the long list. Speaking solemnly, he thanked those who helped him and his family get through the darkest days of our lives. Mr. Lowe recalled the grey and black world of Newark in the aftermath of attack and asked for 9 by 11 to be remembered not as numbers or a date, but the faces of ordinary people. Relatives took turns to read the thousands of names as well as messages to their own loved ones. Children who were born after 9 by 11 also took to the stage. One young girl told her uncle, "I never met you, but I really miss you. Our son is the spitting image of you," Lisa Raina said. 20 years feels like a eternity, but it still feels like yesterday. Fighting back tears, she spoke of her husband as she held up a photo of him. "Continue to watch over us and your family until we meet again, my love." Bruce Springsteen sang his song "I Will See You in My Dreams" to a silent crowd. President Biden and First Lady Jill Biden were joined by former US Presidents Bill Clinton and Barack Obama, as well as former First Ladies Hillary Clinton and Michelle Obama. In a video released on the eve of the anniversary, Mr. Biden paid tribute to the victims. "No matter how much time has passed, this commemoration brings everything painfully back as if you just got the news a few seconds ago," he said. George W. Bush, who was the US President at the time of the attack, spoke at the memorial in Pennsylvania, where United Airlines Flight 93 crashed into a field near the borough of Shanks Valley. It is though the hijackers of this flight had meant to attack the Capitol building in Washington, D.C., but passengers fought back. It is unclear what 96-year-old Jimmy Carter, the oldest living president, may have been doing. In the morning, former President Donald Trump released a video statement praising first responders and adding it was a sad time for the way our war on those that did such harm to our country ended last week. He is taking part in something quite different later in the day, providing commentary for a boxing match in Florida with the eldest son, Donald Jr. Earlier on Saturday, a vigil was held at the Newark Fire Department's Memorial Wall, a 56-foot bronze wall that honors the 343 firefighters who died on the day of the attack. In total, 441 first responders were killed, the largest loss of emergency personnel in US history. At the Pentagon outside Washington, a dawn service was held. Two pipers played Amazing Grace as a small group of military leaders looked on in solemnity. The building basked in the blue light. A chapel of remembrance now marks the spot where American Airlines Flight 77 crashed into the US defense building. BNSC Fort, Force Active USA.